please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic?
So Twitch 2025 Con has been a bit of a mess, and today I want to go through one of the incidents that dragged out and shone a rather negative light, rightfully so, on the platform of Twitch and how they handle these kind of situations. Before we start, my voice is going to sound a bit balked for the next few weeks. I had a cold on Saturday. Annoyingly, while I am recovered, my voice will take it will take longer. It always does. So sorry in advance if I sound worn out, congested when I'm not, or like my voice is fried. One of the, if not the biggest streamers this year is Emiru, who does a bunch of variety streams, cosplays, gaming. They used to do, I think, League of Legends. I don't know if they still do that. They're one of the co-founders of OTK. This year, they have become top 3 most watched female streamer. I think they're number 1 in this current quarter. With the amount of hours they have watched so far this year, which I think sits around 19 million, which I'm very jealous of, there is a level of popularity that comes with it, which means because of who they are going to get a lot of attention in the world space when they're seen out in public, or when they go to events like Twitchcon. Twitchcon itself has had other issues, whether it be people getting through security barriers without having a valid scanning wrist thing, or people who are kick streamers turning up dressed as Hassan and Kaya, his dog. The shock collar situation has gotten so bad, because now he's admitted it was a shock collar, it's getting messier for him. And he started crashing out, which I want to cover here, but I'm acutely aware no one's interested here, which sucks, because I really enjoy mocking him for this. Emiru, though, for the sake of this video, is the focus. And we have a video, it was tweeted out by so many people, where at a meet and greet, somebody walked up to Emiru and invaded personal space. Public service announcement. I don't care who you are, you must respect an individual's personal space. If you have not got consent to touch them, if you have not got consent to speak to them, don't do it. Don't go touching people without their permission, because by doing so, you've shown you have no respect for that person. Now, this could be a consequence of the parasocial relationship element when it comes to being online. Or it's equally likely it's just because somebody's a dick, which could, I guess, be mutually exclusive to the first. It's never justifiable. I am very much, as an individual, a person who does not like to be touched at the best of times. If somebody went and gave me a hug, unless I was incredibly upset, don't do it. And I would do the same for others in return. I would not invade that space, because I don't think it right to do so. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you the clip of what happened and go through what happened afterwards, because Emiru has shone, because of consequences, a light on just how unprofessional Twitch are and how quick the internet is to absolutely flay Twitch, the platform, for their failures. And being where Emiru is, the very privileged and vaunted position of replacing Pokimane, because Pokimane only cares about the vitamin D, at number 1 that is, she has the distinction of being a great voice and champion for change with the platform and how it treats its creators.
Whoa. That's crazy. Holy shit, what the fuck was that?
While I'm sure there are many who think to themselves, oh, that's not that bad, actually it kind of is. Kind of meaning it definitively is. These events are a great opportunity for very large creators to meet their fanbase in a safe environment, where Twitch can put on shows, where people can talk about the product, constructively criticize, where it is meant to be a safe space. I hate that term, but that is what it is meant to be. If it is not, then it is compromised. In the case of Emiru, she had a security guard, and a couple of years ago they got banned from TwitchCon because they pushed someone away from her, thereby prioritizing the experience of the person who crossed the line over that of the creator. None of this is remotely acceptable. And if you notice the casual nature of that person crossing the line, getting shoved away, and then just walking off. That tells you that there was no level of responsibility here from Twitch to quickly act on this, hold that person, call law enforcement, and deal with this properly. And there should have been. Before we get to Emiru's statement on this, I'm going to play a little more of that clip so you can see just a bit more after as fallout consequence, I guess. Just so you can see the greater scope. Yeah.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? What happened? Did I film that? I don't.
He said he grabbed her or something.
No way.
That's why other streamers
Didn't want to come.
Valkyrie Cutie because of.
Right. Oh man, that's insane. And we're right at the
If I was a fan, I would protect her.
Wow.
If memory serves, many of these creators are contractually obligated to attend these meet and greets. You can't just pull out. I can see a number of streamers not wanting to do this in the future unless Twitch properly tackle the situation. Now this does afford us the opportunity now to look at what Emiru has said on this via Twitter. Hello everyone, I am okay and thank you all for the kind messages. Sorry I cannot respond to them all. Yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at Twitchcon, and even in front of other creators meet and greet, to grab me and my face and try to kiss me. Fortunately he wasn't able to, but a lot of people have pointed out it could have been a lot worse. I'm obviously shaken up by what happened, and it's not the first time I've dealt with someone like this, but to tell you honestly, I'm a lot more hurt and upset by how Twitch handled it during and after the fact. Like I said, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. The security in the clip who reacts is my own security. It's true, my favourite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm to bring him to police at a past TwitchCon. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away. As you can see in the clip, since they don't even appear in the frame, lol. The woman who's walking me away is my own personal manager, and behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking on me and comforting me were her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff came to ask what happened or if I was okay. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened, and immediately laughing and moving on to talk about something else. So if no one was checking if I was okay, or if I needed anything, and they let the guy run away initially, I have no idea what anyone hired to keep the event safe was doing, lol. In Twitch's statement, which we will get to soon, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, but that is a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he had attacked me. And it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. I have a lot more to say, but I will say it on stream later today instead of writing a book on here. Thank you again, guys. Sorry you all had to see that. This is definitely my last TwitchCon, and it saddens me to say that as a 10-year off and on attendee, there we go, at TwitchCon, I think other creators should seriously consider not attending in the future. I did not feel cared for or protected, even bringing my own security and staff. I can't imagine how creators without those options would feel. There are a number of points within this that are worth addressing, and the one that matters first is the complete lack of professionalism from the staff at TwitchCon that are there and paid to be there to protect the creators. The security, you're there for that reason, by the way. The fact no one went to check on her to make sure she was okay, the fact the man was allowed to walk away, is a damning statement for a lack of professionalism. We've been calling out the lack of professionalism for a while now. We've seen the senior staff meetings, or security staff, although they may as well be the same people, just sitting in someone's lounge on a table, just put there, hodgepodge, chilling out, as if it's some kind of buddy meal. You guys run a business. You have to protect those, especially the assets that make you the most money. Emiru is one of them. I be but a lowly oik, so I don't expect any kind of attention. But Emiru is, what, 3rd? Currently with the women's streamers, female streamers, she's in the top 10 overall anyway. You know this. TwitchCon is not safe. Last year, a lot of kick streamers went there and trolled the crap out of it. This year, they're doing the same, but mostly at Hassan Piker's expense, who's busy protesting the no king stuff. And just because this meme tickled me, yes, this seems somewhat appropriate. On Twitter, a user called Zach Bussey, who had actually posted the video, had tweeted, "I sincerely don't understand why the security, assuming he was even security, let him walk away. I feel like in that situation, security should have apprehended him and gotten the police involved." Emmy, in her own statement, had pointed out that when somebody, her favourite security guy, had done that with a guy in the past, they got banned from TwitchCon, so it's possible they were thinking about their own jobs. We don't know what happened after the man went out of frame, but I hope he was apprehended and we get clarity from Twitch tomorrow morning. Twitch had reached out with a statement saying, blah 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 blah. Yeah? Okay. Well, we're going to get to that statement. Where is it? Oh yeah. We are aware of the incident involving streamer Emiru during TwitchCon and want to assure our community that we take creator safety extremely seriously. The individual responsible for allowing the situation to occur has been removed from their position effective immediately. We're conducting a full review of our security protocols and are implementing stronger on-site safety measures to ensure TwitchCon remains a safe and positive environment for everyone, creators, fans, and staff alike. I'm assuming I'm not the only person that thought, upon reading that statement, that it meant a member of the Twitch team was the one who touched Emiru without consent. Emiru had put out, while streaming, a statement on this as well. So let's go to that.
Okay, I've been talking to Twitch people, and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event, and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days.
There are creators on Twitch who got banned for months for calling someone fat. And you're telling me something like that went IRL with touching without consent, that's a 30-day suspension from the platform. Well, that's impressive, isn't it?
What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the f are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a f if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here.
Absolutely, 100%. No one cares about this man's account. No one cares if this individual can use Twitch. They care about what happens to those at the convention when they're supposed to be kept safe. And don't worry, we've got something from Dan Clancy soon. Because of what happened to Emmy, there were more clips doing their rounds afterwards of other streamers, male streamers more notably, offering up their own personal security to other female streamers to keep them safe for the remainder of the event. They shouldn't even have to have them in the first place. How inept are you, Twitch, as a platform? You can't keep the creators safe at your event. That these creators have to attend, or are compelled to attend, or should attend. TwitchCon 2025 has kind of blown, and it's entirely your fault.
So they changed it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch.
Where's Dan Clancy in this? I understand others have roles and duties to fulfill, but with an incident like this and him being the face of the company, you would think he would want to be front and center, being seen and publicly seen to being involved. The only times I've ever seen him involved in TwitchCon are from previous ones where he flipped someone over and they fell over in the process because he was on stage trying to act cool, or this year when he was on a podcast and he made himself look like a bit of a tit. Staff at Twitch are remarkably out of touch, aren't they?
Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
Well, we gotta get them priorities right, haven't we? And I'm pretty sure they were referring directly to Dan Clancy. In fact, many people believe that was exactly who they're referring to. I am genuinely surprised at the lack of public action beyond the odd little statement here or there, which are minimalist and redundant, from Twitch, who have also revised history to make it seem like they have done something right when really they've done nothing at all. I don't understand why you haven't sought to protect your streamers when you really should be. I'm not saying there should be preferential treatment, but I'm impressed at the lack of action towards somebody who is as popular as Emmy is right now. And she right now has gone and lambasted you all for what is perceived, and rightly so, as unprofessionalism, lack of responsibility, lack of accountability from the platform that she has made a massive name for herself on. This is why many creators leave, by the way, because they don't feel safe. Now, I mentioned Dan Clancy. Before I show the clip, I want to say there are many responses from many creators, many streamers as well. I'm not going to go through the majority of those. Tectone pointed out hypocrisy, as Mongol did the same. Ethan Klein, via Instagram stories, had posted a clip of Dan Clancy, and that, I think, is what we're going to go through. So his statement will be there. Some called the question whether or not this is something that should be taken as seriously at all. And people like that, you need to stop drinking the bleach. It was a dead meme, and honestly, it's not as good for your health as we would like it to believe.
It's the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there.
With Ethan's comment hanging over the video, you do have to take what he has said, Dan that is, and when you unpack it, it does come across as such. Victim blaming on a basic level. Unwritten rules need to apparently be enshrined in stone, so people know you shouldn't be touching without consent, even though that's something we all know you shouldn't do anyway. Respect boundaries. Just because people are friendly with each other when they stream, doesn't mean that becomes some parasocial relationship when presented IRL you can take to the next level. Kindness and gratitude, of course, do open windows, but you shouldn't then use it as an opportunity to take advantage of another person. You see how much of a hole he digs with the rest of his statement.
Okay, it's very different, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me.
Your statement is one of the most embarrassing ones I've seen on this. Actually more embarrassing than anything else. I could believe the only time that you, Dan Clancy, would intervene is if Hassan Piker was hugged by someone taller than him, or somebody approached him with a shot collar and said, "Shock me daddy." You might then do something about it. This has led to accusations of favoritism, sexism, and the best way to tackle it would be to tackle it head on rather than finding a sly way to blame the streamer. These people make your platform millions. They make you millions, okay? You should not in any way say the crap you just said. It tells them you don't support them, by the way, which makes a lot of sense, because no matter how big or small you are, if you're not in the in crowd, generally, you're not going to be helped in the slightest. We've seen over the years with streamers that have been yeeted for no reason given. We've seen streamers who have been yeeted for reasons given that were nonsense. Indeterminate stream length bans, it's all a load of bollocks. Your communication skills, your policies are nebulous and insulting. And how you handled this is a testament to just how crappy you are.
Got posted. Again, thank God someone was filming, because otherwise I don't think Twitch would have said anything.
That clip was not in the earlier part, but it does actually lead up to the 30-day ban comment that Emmy had made. And I could believe that's true as well. And I don't like that. That's not okay. Crap like this happens at any of these events for any of these major platforms. You have to be responsible and you have to tackle it quickly. In this instance, Emiru is going to be pressing charges. Good. That person will learn, and it will all be publicly then known you don't do this to streamers. It's not overly complicated either. If you can't understand that, it's too complicated for your peanut brain to get through it, or to get through to you, that's a you problem. It really is. Grow up a little, and don't touch people without consent. Dan Clancy, you should be ashamed of yourself for handling this. There's one more thing we need to address within this, and it was a statement that you guys have put out on your Twitter the day before. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. Since Hassan wasn't there, I doubt it. The behaviour displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involved a highly profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. Doubt. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. That's a lie. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point and will have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please note that we are unable to accommodate +1s for the remainder of the event. Twitch has zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. Readers added context, so this has been community noted. Twitch allowed the assailant to walk originally and was only pressed to apprehend him until Emiru's manager pushed for it. The individual was allowed to walk originally. Twitch allowed the assailant to bypass several barriers and creator lines, confirming this through Emiru's Twitter, tweet statuses and all that. Twitch, you've lied in your own statement. If you're going to be open and honest about the things you've done or don't do, inaction and unprofessionalism, you may as well do it head on. Why? Because you've got a better chance of coming out of this without looking like feckless, gormless clowns. Many of us use your platform because it's the best one for gaming, so I guess to an extent we're all a part of that problem of propping you up. But you shouldn't use that as a reason not to be better. You should use this, learn from it quickly and never let it happen again. The fact it even happened to begin with, of course, is unacceptable, but unless you actually learn, this is redundant, and this historical revisionism is embarrassing. Be better. Now, as we've reached the end of this topic, I do want to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you to all the lovely people who watched Friday's video before my voice went. That took me an entire day to make. I'm glad people enjoyed it. I will be streaming here later. I'm going to be streaming on a lot of places, actually. Doing some Euro trucking. I'll link everything in the pinned comment. Hope to see you all there. If not, have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for listening.